Teach you to turn that thing up. I'm finna show you how you know you're Israelite. What's your name? Taylor? Adrian? Taylor? John? John. Nice to meet y'all, man. I appreciate y'all stopping again. So, let me show you something. Read that.
The book of Romans, chapter 8, verse 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit.
You got a Bible? It's talking about the Bible bears witness with my spirit. So when I read this Bible to what God said gonna happen to his people, I be like, dang, that happened to me. Oh yeah, that happened to me right there. All of this stuff, it bears witness. He said, this gonna happen to my children. Because the Father chastened who he loved. And everybody it didn't happen to, they bastards and not sons of God. All right? So the things that happen to us is the discipline of God putting on his children, his chosen people, the Israelites. All right? Read that.
The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
Yeah, we the children of God, Amos 3 and 2. So we the children of God, and I'm finna go in the Bible and show y'all that the proof that we live in proof of the Bible. I'm finna show y'all prophecies of what Moses said gonna happen to God's chosen people. Us. All right, so read that.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 2. You only have I known of all the families of the earth.
So start at verse 1. God said, you only have I known out of all the families of the earth. Because the other nations, he divided the nations up. America lied, and this the great melting pot, but God never designed all nations to be together. He divided the nations, and he set over every people a ruler. He set the stars over a nation. He set the moon. That's why you got all, the Muslim them worshiping the moon. You got Chinese, they sign is the sun. You see what I'm saying? Different nations worship different stuff. The Africans too. But God said, y'all, I'm y'all God. Read that.
Verse 1. Hear this word that the Lord has spoken against you, O children of Israel.
O children of Israel. Do it say Hebrew Israel?
O children of Israel.
The children of Israel. We the Israelites. Hebrew was a language. Listen though, that was close. No, you was real hot, real warm.
Against the whole family, which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities.
So God said he going to punish us for our sins. Give me that in Psalms 119. No, Psalms 147, 19 to 20. So God said, so you got kids? All right, okay, if you in the house, you tell your kids, when I leave, if this house ain't clean, it's going to be repercussions when I get back. When you get to the house, do you go to discipline other people's kids, or you deal with your kids? Who you dealing with? Your kids, right? Right, read, listen to it.
The book of Psalms, chapter 147, verse 19. He showed his word unto Jacob.
The Bible. He showed this to Jacob, which Jacob, his name was changed to Israel, and he had 12 sons. And this chart is based off Genesis 49, where it was prophesied we was going to be in the last days, the bulk of us, but we scattered in the four corners of the earth. All right? But this chart is primarily based off the prophecy of Genesis 49. Listen to it.
He showed his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
Meaning, we the only ones that know the punishments for breaking God's laws. The other nations, God gonna judge them when they come back. When he come back, he gonna set them in order. But right now, we getting the punishments. I'm finna show you some of the punishments, all right? You with me? What's your name again? Adrian, Taylor, John. All right? Go to Deuteronomy 20 to 15. These the punishments for breaking God's laws. You ever wonder why we had to work in the cotton field as slaves? You ever wonder? Do you think they got something to do with you being an Israelite? You know, see, that's why I was saying, see, I'm going to show you that's how you identify with being an Israelite. Because God, we live in proof that we those people because God said, this how I'm going to whoop you. And when people see that, because your name was going to be changed, your identity was going to be stolen from you, and these things happening to you was going to be a sign that you these same people I was talking to in the Bible. We live in proof that the Bible real. We can read now. Because the white man told us Jesus look like this, that ain't nowhere in the Bible. We say the white man wrote the Bible, well, why it don't say Jesus look like that? He's still black up in here. He still look like that up in the Bible when we can read now. Listen to this, read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
So God said, if you don't do what I say, all these things going to happen to you. So you can look at this chart, and this what our names was changed to. But I'm going to show you. See, that's why Job 8:8, it say, prepare the search of your fathers, all right? So you got to look into who your father is, and this another way, by this right here. So listen to what verse 16 say, read that.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
So what do you think it means when it say, cursed shalt thou be in the city? Give me Ezekiel 7:14. What do it mean when it say, cursed in the city? Don't we live in the worst parts of the city? And look at our cities. Look at our communities. Anywhere you go in America, if you going, just say if you want to find some drugs, or you want to find prostitutes, or you want to find, if you go to the ran down part of the community, who gonna be there? I'm talking about what nation of people gonna be there? Yep, but it's gonna be us.
That's right.
Right, so the Israelites gonna be there, but our names will change. They ain't gonna know they Israelites. It's gonna be the so-called blacks, the so-called Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right, our names will change to. Right, read that, listen to it.
The book of Ezekiel, chapter 7, verse 15. 14. They have blown the trumpet, even to make all ready, but none goeth to the battle. Verse 15. The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within.
So it say, the sword is without, meaning go to Germantown. Go outside the city, you're going to see prejudice. You're going to see they ready to shoot us down. Read that again.
The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within.
But within the city, guess what it is? Diseases, lack of food, right? That's cursed in the city. Read that again.
The sword is without.
Because they're going to shoot you down, even in the city. The police shooting us down. Read.
The sword is without, and the pestilence and the famine within.
Where y'all mass at? Y'all don't know the pestilence in the city? Where y'all mass at? You see what I'm saying? This Bible prophecy we living out. Right? Read that. Go back to Deuteronomy 28. So that's a sign. And read verse 46. I'm going to show you why it's so important. Because when you get lost, if you was lost right now, how would you call somebody and be like, and let them know where you at? You don't know, you know. Right, what would you use right immediately around you? A sign, right, look. You look at that sign, Lamar, look at that Taco Bell, that's a sign. All these signs, that's what God said. When stuff happening to us, this is going to be a sign to identify who his chosen people live. Listen to this, watch this, read that.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
They, talking about these curses, going to be on the people Moses was talking to for what?
For a sign.
For what?
For a sign.
For what?
For a sign.
You hear that? An identifying marker. So the reason we came over here, the reason we cursed in the field is because we broke God's commandments. And also, it's a sign on who God dealing with, who his sons is that he jacking up. Read.
And for a wonder.
And for a wonder, read.
and upon thy seed forever.
Meaning the people that Moses was talking to right here, as long as they having kids. So you the kid, we the kids of these people, because this stuff happening to us. Read.
Because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and with gladness of heart, for the abundance of all things.
Because God made the world for us. He made the world for us. But our mindset is, this my street corner. This my block. South Memphis is mine. You know what I'm saying? God said he made the whole world for us. But we didn't want to serve him that loved us for the abundance of all things, Reed.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
Now we got to serve the white man that hate us. The Chinese man that hate us. The Arab man. And you ain't African. When the dude that just got killed, how many African people that own grocery store did you see marching? None of them. They know we ain't the same people. They call us cottons or cotton pickers. They know it's a difference, and the Lord put a difference between us and them, Reed.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
All right, listen, we got to go to our enemies for everything. Listen.
In hunger.
In hunger. When you get hungry, who you go to? Listen what the Bible say. Therefore shalt thou what?
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
Thine who?
Thine enemies.
So who you got to go to? Listen what the Bible called him. You right. You right. The so-called white man, but listen what God called him. Because people get mad when the white people shoot us down and try to march until they become your friend. God letting you know. Don't waste your time. Therefore what?
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemy.
They your enemy. God said they hate you. Marching ain't gonna change what God said. You hear that? He said, therefore you should serve your enemies in what?
Which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
In hunger. So when you hungry, Taco Bell, we don't own that. Our enemies own that. McDonald's, God said, do you got a farm? No chickens on the farm, no cows, no goats, no lambs? You sure? No, you lying. So God wasn't lying when he said that, right? You sure? You got a pit bull? Read that again.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger.
All seriously though. All praise it. God said we get hungry, we're going to have to serve our enemies. And what else?
And in thirst.
And in thirst, when we get thirsty. Aquafina, Dasani, Sprite. You don't got no well? Rainwater fall out the sky free. You know it's illegal to collect rainwater, right? Yeah. It's illegal. You know a dude made a machine where you can make water out of thin air. Get what they did? They destroyed the main machine. Because God said what?
And in thirst.
And in thirst, you got to go to your enemies. Don't start people coming to you for water. God said that, read.
And in nakedness.
And in nakedness. Look, that's Jordan. Jordan the black man. Did you get that from Jordan? He got the material from the white people, though, didn't it? See, he's just a name. He still don't own the textiles. So we still got to go to the white man for food, for water, and this is a sign. Remember, this is a sign on how you know you're an Israelite, all right? And that's how I knew. That's how I knew. That's why I believe what the Bible say. And when I don't follow the Bible, it's because I want to be a nigga. You know, everybody got a little nigga in them that they got to get rid of. Right. But it ain't the scriptures. God calling us to be who he want us to be. All right, read.
And in want of all things.
And in want of all things, meaning gas. You got gas? You got your own gas? When you run a motorcycle run out, you got to get no gas. You got to go somewhere to your enemies. Well, that's what God said. All things. Driver license. You got a license to drive that? Where you have to go to get it? DMV. White man. That's what God said. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
Watch this. You heard that? Did you hear the yoke of iron part? You heard the yoke of iron part? Read that again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
So he said, he shall put a yoke of iron upon his neck until he had destroyed thee. You got a yoke of iron on your neck? Yes or no? What that mean, my brother? Read that again.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
You got a yoke of iron up on your neck? Listen to this, read.
Until he have destroyed thee.
What that mean? That mean we destroyed now, right? You see that? And how we are destroyed? How is his people destroyed? Huh? How is our people destroyed? Give me that in Hosea 4 and 7. Hosea 4 and 6. I'm going to show you how our people destroyed. He put a yoke of iron up on your neck. Look, you seen Roots? He said he beat Kunta. He said, what's your name? He kept saying Kunta. He finally said, Toby. Man, he gave in. But guess what? He had a baby. He said, yeah, nigga, I ain't gonna have to tell him change his name. I'm gonna name him Toby Jr. I'm gonna name him Toby Jr. He already gonna be destroyed. Generations and generations of them doing that to us while we was in slavery. That's right. Guess what? He said, he ain't even finna be wearing them little shingles on his shirt. Kunta said, those fringes. The white man said, no, shingles. He destroyed us. Let me show you how we destroy. Read that.
The book of Hosea, chapter 4, verse 6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge.
We destroyed for lack of knowledge. And the knowledge is God's laws. Hey, be patient with me, okay? I got one more scripture I want to show them, slave ships. I want to show them slave ships, and I'm going to get to you, okay? So we destroyed for lack of knowledge. Give me that real quick in Malachi 2 and 7. Let me show you what the knowledge is. He said, he shall put a yoke of iron on your neck. That's why the Bible said this is a dangerous place to fall. You trying to get the kingdom, this is a dangerous place to fall. You know why? Because they call evil good and good evil. This is a dangerous place to fall. Ain't nobody teaching God, keep God's laws here, but the Israelites. And look, the white man, you go to court and swear your hand in on the same Bible that said no homosexuality. It says abomination for a man to lie with man like that's a woman. You swear your hand in on this, that's in there. So how they keeping God's laws? He the Antichrist. That's why God said, what have you to do with my covenant? What you got to do with my Bible? You against the Bible. You the Antichrist. So what you got your hand on my Bible for? We describe for lack of knowledge. Read that.
The book of Malachi, chapter 2 and verse 7. For the priest's lips should keep knowledge.
Yo, preacher, do he teach the laws of God or do he teach Easter? How can a bunny lay an egg anyway? A bunny a mammal, ain't it? Don't you know? I'm going to tell you something. Did you know the Playboy bunny and the Easter bunny is the same damn rabbit? Did you know that? They mean fertility. They mean fertility. The Playboy bunny the Easter bunny that's in your church means the same thing as the Playboy bunny. That's why they got the egg, because the egg means fertility. It means Ashtaroth or Ishtar. It's an idol. Yeah, reproduce. They have orgies and sex. It's an orgy idol. Read.
For the priest's lips shall keep knowledge, and they shall seek the law at its mouth.
All right, go back to Deuteronomy 28. So we destroy for lack of knowledge because the pastor don't teach God's laws in the church. That's right. The Sabbath ain't even Sunday. Bring it out. The Sabbath ain't even Sunday, the 7th day of the week. How the pastor teaching on Revelation, he don't know the difference between 1 and 7? He don't even know the difference between 1 and 7. What you trying to go to him for the understanding for? He can't even count. He can count your money, though. He can count your money, though. He can count your money, though. I know you waiting on that light to change. To zoom and get past the tithes, when tithes is the first fruit of crops, animals, take pastor some lettuce. And ask him, is he a Levite? He don't supposed to be getting that if he ain't no Levite. Take him some lettuce. Tithes weren't never money in the Bible.
We used to scream black power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.